The prosecution said the club brawl was not planned, but became a smokescreen for Bindon to carry out the contract on Darke, and then pretend it was self-defence. They said he'd boasted about the hit to another inmate, convicted murderer William Murphy. Bindon denied the allegation, with an echo from his debut film, Poor Cow.
Well, what do you mean?
The only straight policeman you'll ever see is possibly the top man in England, or the ones on the zebra crossing. All the other ones with their little moody blue raincoats and their tough boots, they're all bent, love.
Bindon told the jury he'd been framed by bent detectives who'd invented the story of a contract killing. The prosecution said there were motives for the underworld wanting Darke dead. They said he was blackmailing two men who'd paid him to burn down a nightclub, that he was a police informant and had stolen heroin and £25,000 from another gang. To persuade the jury otherwise, Bindon called on a celebrity friend, who spoke of the man he knew. Bob Hoskins, star of the gangster film The Long Good Friday, was called to the stand as a character witness.
The barrister for the prosecution asked Bob Hoskins why Johnny was called Biffo, meaning because he was ready to hit anybody, you know. And Bob turned it round, you see. He said, Biffo, of course, look at him. I mean, they used to call him Biffo the Bear because he's so lovely and cuddly. I mean, look at him, look at him, look at him, Biffo the Bear, you know. And the judge sort of said, Mr. Hoskins, I don't think we need any show business funny remarks here, thank you. The solicitor phoned me up and said, I don't think the judge is very keen on show business character witnesses, so you needn't come tomorrow morning.
Detective Chief Superintendent George Mould watched the juries starstruck as Hoskins and Bindon made them laugh.
He was smiling across at Bindon, who kept up a very happy and relaxed appearance right throughout the trial, as if confident of his acquittal.
For the jury, Bindon ran through a gamut of emotions, from confidence to sadness to remorse.
John knew he was guilty of another man's death, and at the end of the day he was quite remorseful about that, but he had a right to fight for his life, and that's what happened. And as far as the Old Bailey goes, that's the charges he answered to.
After 12 hours deliberation, the jury found John Bindon not guilty of all charges. He was bundled from court a free man, telling reporters the moment Bob Hoskins took the stand, he knew he'd won.
I think John Bindon was a very lucky man to be acquitted on the evidence that was put forward. I believe that the appearance of Bob Hoskins as a character witness had some influence on the jury. They certainly seemed to appreciate his appearance.
The acquittal also ended 7 months in prison for the Cray's friend Joe Pyle. He'd been remanded, suspected of helping Bindon escape to Dublin, a charge he's always denied. Without a murder, there was no crime to assist. Mr. Justice Mars Jones told the court he had certainly not heard the whole truth of what happened that night, and it might seem that witnesses had been got at in an attempt to mislead the jury. More than 20 years later, no one fully knows the true script of Bindon and Darke's dramatic fight to the death. The truth about Mustique was revealed in the Daily Mirror the next day. A photograph of Princess Margaret on the beach with John Bindon, his T-shirt proclaiming, "Enjoy cocaine." Her denial they'd even met now looked less than convincing, forcing many to conclude she'd protested too much.